Good morning, dear hearts. We are on lesson 157. Please subscribe. Today's lesson is Into His Presence, and Would I Enter Now? This is a beautiful lesson. It's a joyous lesson. This lesson says it's a turning point for us. It's a crucial time, a time to celebrate. Because this is the moment when we realize how far we have already progressed, which is what this lesson says. And because we have progressed so far, we get to have a different experience today. Remember, this is an experiential course. There is theory in it, which is generally seen as the first part, the text of the text of the book. And then there are the lessons in the workbook. And with the lessons in the workbook, we get to have the experience of what we've learned. And we learn even more because, as we already were reminded of yesterday, that, this is a very cohesive course and that everything that we are giving makes sense. It is consistent. So today, because this is such a beautiful lesson and this is to be an experiential day, in our practicing, I'm going to ask that you close your eyes and we'll treat today's lesson review or explanation as a meditation. So if you'll just close your eyes right now and take a couple of deep breaths, breathe in all of the wonderful inspiration that we are offered here in this beautiful course. And hold the breath and release it. And as we release it, we release anything that is weighing on our heart at this moment, so that we may indeed be free, and that we will bring in the joy that we are meant to have, and the light that we are given to direct us and to guide us. Because into His presence would we enter now, right now, and in that presence there is divine light. There is exorbitant, beautiful light that is everywhere. And as we enter into His presence, we enter into that light, and we get to bathe in it and realize that how much joy there is here. And we can only be here because we have already learned so much. We have come so far along this way, this path that we have chosen to do in our calendar of days, as the lesson tells us. So here we are in this turning point where we will now have today's experience of entering into the light and seeing the face of Christ shining back at us, because it is the light. It is the light that we see shining at us, and we see in that light the beautiful countenance of our brother, the one who has always been here for us, the one who chooses for us to be lifted up so that we may come to the journey's end and be lifted across that gate, that threshold, into the happy dream that has no end. So the happy dream simply becomes our happiness. It simply becomes how we are and where we are and know who we are. And we stay in that great joy and experience that as our life, and we stay there as long as we can. But today we will probably only be there for a short amount of time, but that amount of time, and of course we really are timeless, but in that amount of time we have the experience, and that experience becomes a touchstone for us. It becomes that place where we can go to when we are feeling afraid, or when we are feeling lost, or when we are not sure of who we are or what it is we are to do. We can go back to that touchstone of being in the presence of our elder brother, of being in the presence of God, of having that light glow everywhere around us as we enter softly into it, gently into it, and realize this is home. This feels like the home that I have always longed to be in. This is where I belong. And I only go back in order to increase my ministry, because in doing this, the body has now been sanctified, has now been blessed for it to be simply an instrument of the love of God to bring more of our brothers and our sisters together, that they too will have this experience of entering into the presence of God today. We share it with everyone because it is in the sharing of it, to the best of our ability. We cannot teach this because it is experiential, but they will know it by seeing it on our face. And that is how we will share with everyone and let them know that they too can have this experience. It is not special and only for some. It is for everyone, all of God's children. And so today, with all of our brothers and all of our sisters, we say, into his presence would I enter now. And so it is. And that's it for today. I hope this helped. I hope this was a little respite. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment, and please be here tomorrow as we continue learning the truth of who we are. Namaste.